1993 TVR Chimaera. As you can see, it's finished in a lovely dark metallic green. Start by having a look at the bodywork. Start on this front driver's corner. You do have a little scratch here. Obviously it's fiberglass, so there's no rust to look at. We'll pop our head underneath and have a little look for outriggers and things like that. You do have a little crack in the paint there as well, just on the top of this arch. Barely noticeable, but it is worth pointing it out. Going down this driver's side of the car. Lovely and straight. No signs of any real marks there at all. Very good for the age of the car. 4 good wheels and tyres on it. It's got the sort of slightly larger tyre profile as opposed to some of them which do seem to... It does change the handling. I personally think it handles better on a larger sidewall tyre. Never mind looking better because it fills the arch properly rather than these tiny little rubber band tyres people are putting on. Continuing around the bodywork, there's not really many marks to point out, to be fair. It does come on this plate K86FYO as well. The top of this boot lid, big expanse of fiberglass, but that's all nice and clean, nothing to point out there. Lovely clear back window. Quite often these things will go yellow and dry out and brittle, but that's lovely and soft. Roof itself, obviously the back end drops down. This piece lifts out, but it's all nice and clean. It's not sort of got any marks or holes or tears or anything in it at all. It does have the original bag with it to put the top piece in when you put it in the boot, just to keep it clean. Really easy to do. You just pop these 2 metal legs down, drop that back, take that off, away you go. Do have a small scratch here just on this rear quarter, as you can see. But again, looking down this side, all nice and straight. Again, going along the passenger side. Little mark on the wing mirror. Nothing at all to note on this front passenger wing. Now when we get to the bonnet, there is just a little bit of cracking in the paint there. A bit of cracking in the paint there. And the vendor advised that they had taken the heat shield off, or the heat proof off the other underside of the bonnet. That's back on, so it hasn't got any worse since they've done that. So that seems to be the problem solved. If you wanted to get it right or perfect, you might want to repaint the bonnet, but actually we've got to be very close to see it. It's whether or not you want to go to the trouble of doing it. Very few stone chips on the front. Most of them actually just seem to be sort of residue from flies. A good tar remover would get rid of most of those. And the badge, if we're going to be really picky, is a bit faded. But that's just being really picky there. Have a look at the inside. So it has this sort of grey, beigey interior with the black quilted accents in it. Driver's seat does show a little bit of wear, but not a huge amount. It is still nice and soft. It has probably the best door mechanism available. Turn it this way for the driver's door, that way for the passenger door. Dead simple. Obviously it's got this aluminium trim on the dash, which is all nice and clean. It's got the TVR use a personal steering wheel, which is a nice quality steering wheel. That's got no real signs of any wear on there. Neither does the gear stick or the gaiter. Tiny little mark on the leading edge there, which is exactly where you'd sort of wear going for the gear change, obviously. Now, the boot is hidden on a button there, so we'll get that while we're here. Let's pull the bonnet as well, just to be prepared. Yeah, all good. Right. So in the boot, we've got the bag, like I said, for the roof. And then you've got this sort of TVR carry bag boot tidy. And there is an older trickle charger in there, should you want to use it. But other than that, it's actually quite a decent sized boot for a little 2-seater sports car. And then the passenger side, that seat's worn a lot better. Really good condition. There's a little mark down the bottom here, but other than that, that's nice. You've got a nice letter fitted down in the footwell there. Quite useful on TVR because the battery's hidden all the way in that footwell. And then behind the seats is this quilted area, which again is really nice. Go around and have a look in the under the bonnet. So again, see the seat stuff's been reapplied. That seems to have solved the problem apparently. All good in here. See the size of the downpipe and the exhaust, that's why it makes such a good noise, which you'll hear in a second. 400 model. And we will detail in the description what we've got in the way of history and all that sort of stuff with it. Now the fans have been put onto a switch as well, because sort of TVR with a V8 can get a little bit hot. So just sticking a fan on solves that problem. Let's start it up. So there you go, nice and easy to start. TVR might have some quirky buttons here and there, but at least it starts on a key. There you go, nice and smooth. Or as smooth as a rumbly big rumbly V8 can be. No sign of any smoke or anything like that. We washed it the other day and ran it up to temperature. No sign of any overheating issues or anything like that. So like I say, there is a fan on the switch as well, but it will kick in automatically as well. So there you have it, 1993 TVR Chimaera. Any questions, get in touch. Any inquiries, anything like that, please just let us know. Thanks. We should just add, just before we do cut this video off, it's worth having a little lie on the floor and having a look underneath. So although you've got a fiberglass car, it's that chassis and the outriggers you want to see. As you can see there, all nice and clean, nice and solid. Just what you want to see. I thought we'll just quickly add that because it's always the question we get asked on a TVR, but I did have a good poke around on it the other day. It does seem to be nice and solid, but we just thought we'd show you on the video as well.